Hello and welcome to How to Get a Divorce, a production of Collaborative Divorce Solutions of Orange County. Collaborative Divorce Solutions is dedicated to informing the public about alternative out-of-court options to traditional divorce. We're continuing our program focusing on the family law attorney who is transitioning from advocate to peacemaker with the help of a mental health professional in this particular segment. So I'd like you to meet our participants. We have Therese Fay, who's a family law attorney.
Hello.
We have Melissa Wilson, who is a mental health professional.
Hi.
And we have Rosemary McElhenney, who is also a family law attorney. Ladies,
Hi,
welcome.
Leslie.
Thank you.
Therese, we're going to start with you. And I know that you have largely transitioned your practice into collaborative divorce, but I know I still see you going to court from time to time.
Yes.
Sneaking out and doing that.
Despite my best efforts.
Now that you've done collaborative practice for a number of years, how do you think that you can better help families by practicing out of court?
The way I see it, both mediation and collaborative divorce provide a nice structure or a container that helps people accomplish what they would really like to accomplish if they are separating and divorcing. Most people don't desire an acrimonious divorce, but they don't have a vehicle to get from phase one to the last phase, which is termination of the marriage, without a lot of fighting, because what's most familiar is the litigation process. So I think it's the container or the structure that those processes provide.
Rosemary, I know that you have largely transitioned your practice into collaborative divorce,
Just
and I
about
also know
99%.
Wow. And I know that you've been doing mediation for a long time,
That's
like
right.
I have. Long time.
That's right.
So how do you think that you can better help families as well by encouraging them to do it out of court?
Well, you know, family law is such a contentious arena that I feel that with my work in mediation and collaborative practice, that I can contribute on some level to greater peace and a more meaningful relationship for them in the future, because it's very often not something that ends with the divorce, because many of the couples have children, and so we want to preserve the relationship so that they can deal with each other in the future. And I think that we help to do that.
Melissa Wilson, I know that you're a mental health professional, marriage family therapist.
Yes.
Was that correct? Yes. What is your role on the collaborative team or in the collaborative process?
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about that.
Sure. While the attorneys deal with the legal end, I deal with the emotional divorce. And when couples come to me, I mean, they're in a lot of pain, so I deal with their grief. I help them express themselves. I deal with communication issues, and by helping them communicate on a more appropriate level, it helps not only them, but it helps children when they have children. They serve as a better role model, and the better off that they do in the divorce, the better off the children are. I also like to try to get them to envision a future that's more positive. I like to create this image for them so that they can see themselves in the future getting along with each other amicably, going to events together when the children are involved, and making responsible decisions together respectfully and amicably. And I use this vision throughout, as a coach, throughout the process, so that they can keep coming back to it and remembering what it's all about, where they want to go. So that's
Therese, when you do a collaborative case, I bet you enjoy having Melissa on the team to help as a coach.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. You can feel the temperature with clients go down when they have a good coach like Melissa, when they're in distress, because they automatically have an ally in the room who is, unlike their attorney, who serves a different purpose, is still part of their team, but doesn't help them with the things that matter in their hearts.
Now, Rosemary, I know that you told me that even as a child that you had a vision of being a peacemaker.
That's true.
So how do you feel that you're fulfilling this vision that you had as a child in the field of family law?
Well, as I said before, since family law is so contentious, I feel that on some level, my work in mediation and collaborative is contributing to that vision that I had as a child in bringing peace not just to the clients, but to the children, and through the children to society as healthier human beings.
Melissa, I know that you started to touch on that about the children. Yeah. Do you think that the collaborative process is particularly geared for or provides something special for the children whose parents are going through divorce?
Oh, absolutely. And I mean, by doing it the collaborative way, it takes away a lot of the bitterness and the anger. And, you know, by doing that, the children benefit. Again, the better off the parents handle the divorce, the better off the children are. So, yeah, it's great for the children.
What do you think, Therese?
One of the nice things about the collaborative process, and you can certainly use it in mediation as well, is a neutral child specialist. And the role of the child specialist is to provide information to the parents that assist them in making educated, well-reasoned decisions for the children. And it also gives a face to the children when we're in meetings, so that they're reminded that every decision they make has a child component, even if it's financial and not about custody. So it helps keep people focused on the children in healthy ways, from which they can get very distracted in a normal case because of the stresses that are involved.
Rosemary, in fact, the child specialist is quite different than either an attorney for the child or a court evaluator or a mental health professional who's helping in a traditional divorce. Isn't that true?
That's right. And the child specialist in the collaborative cases give voice to the children, whereas very often, you know, in the mainstream case, the children, their world is going upside down. Mm-hmm. And here they have a place where they can voice their concerns, their fears, find out what's going on, and express themselves. And I'd also like to say, going back to what Melissa said, that research shows that it's not the divorce itself that does so much damage to the children, but it's how the parents go through the process. Mm-hmm.
Are you inspired by this kind of work, Therese?
Oh, absolutely.
How so?
Absolutely. Because I've been able to see the contrast between litigating couples and couples who go through mediation or collaborative. In most litigated cases, no one feels like a winner. In collaborative and mediation cases, they both can feel positive about not only the decisions they've made and the results of the case, but also how they behaved while they were going through it. It's easy to see your worst self. So it inspires me to see the clients rise to the occasion and transform themselves to some degree in a situation that's clearly a negative one. And then I'm inspired by the people I work with, but maybe some of our other members here might want to speak to that, but they both inspire me along with a lot of members of our group.
I bet they do. Melissa?
Oh my gosh, yes. I mean, you've heard the people that spoke today. Amazing women, amazing men and women that I work with. I'm honored. I mean, these people, they come from their heart. I mean, they're here for the right reasons. They're here to help people, you know, and I'm just proud to be part of the team, and yes, very inspired because of that.
And I would just add that if I wasn't inspired, I just couldn't do it. And you know, divorce, no matter what process you use, it's painful and it's not easy. Mm-hmm. But with a peaceful resolution, you have the possibility of a healthier process, a more conscious process, and even the potential for an honorable transition.
So well said. So well said. Thank you so much, Therese Fay, Melissa Wilson, Rosemary McElhenney. Thank you for watching How to Get a Divorce, a production of Collaborative Divorce Solutions. For more information, visit our website at cdsoc.com. Thank you.